Discussion 5, Movie Madness. In Chapter 10 of our text, we discuss film and cinematography. In the beginning, films were basic in nature. Early films were silent, meaning no sound or speaking roles. They had no color. They were filmed in black and white. The shots or scenes were filmed to look like theatrical performances. They did not use certain camera techniques for filming. Basically, all productions were filmed from a wide shot angle. It wasn't until much later when film editing and filming evolved and directors created and utilized different editing techniques, camera shot styles, different effects, and camera angle positioning. First and foremost, a movie is a visual experience. A filmmaker has control over time, sequence, lighting, camera angles, and distance, all of which contribute to the creation of a total enveloping experience so believable for the viewers that it becomes a new kind of reality. That's the goal of a filmmaker, to create an incredible or pleasing visual performance. In our textbook, when going over the history of film, a few movies are selected to highlight as being instrumental in the history of recent filmmaking, such as Walt Disney's Fantasia and Star Wars. In my opinion, a film that should be added to the list that our book does not cite is Jaws. This film is not mentioned in our book, and in my opinion, it truly pushed the medium forward. This was indeed a difficult discussion topic to answer, but looking at the development of film as a continuum, I believe that Jaws is a work of film that truly changed the game. Jaws was originally a novel in which director Steven Spielberg recreated into film. Jaws was released in 1975. Jaws was and still is a classic horror film that transcended the horror genre of its time. To give you a little background on the movie, Jaws is about a great white shark that preyed on the local swimmers and the tourists that lived and visited Amity Beach, located in Amity City in a small New England tourist town. When filming Jaws, Spielberg used special effects to portray the shark attacks and the shark itself. He used animatronics, a technique that was in its infancy and had yet to be perfected, to film a mechanical shark and make it appear realistic. In 1974, special effects mainly consisted of animation and blue screen model work. Animatronics was around but unpolished. The use of the mechanical shark was the greatest special effect of its time. The mechanical shark throughout the course of filming continuously malfunctioned, and Spielberg was on a limited budget, so Spielberg improvised and used parallel editing. Parallel editing is used to show events occurring at the same time in different places, such as in this case, a person in danger and the would-be rescuer. He used this technique a lot so he would not have to use a lot of footage of the shark due to technical difficulties. To compensate for said technical difficulties with the mechanical shark, he improvised using other techniques, which thus produced a major hit movie. He used certain techniques to capture the feeling of the characters in the film. Close shots were used during emotional and serious scenes, also during attacks. He also used underwater shots to capture the point of view of the shark, which was monumental because he had the difficult task of getting the camera placed underwater, filming simultaneously while the actors were portraying an attack and getting the mechanical shark to function at the same time. The most notable feature or effect that was used was the musical accompaniment. Since he didn't use a lot of footage of the shark, he built suspense and tension with the music. The music played when the shark was near, approaching, or about to attack. This compensated for not having a lot of footage of the shark moving in the water a lot during the film. The music foretold danger and it left the audience in total suspense. I believe the use of what was then known as the two-note shark attack music gave this thriller its recognition and ultimately its fame. He basically gained so much fame from this movie that was made on a low budget and gained so much recognition because he used a variety of other options to create the film that he would have never used if he had a bigger budget. So him having to use alternatives gave him notoriety.